The battle is surely going to rage this weekend. Welcome to the Green Hills of Austria. The Red Bull Ring hosted its first Grand Prix in 2014, and it's been spectacular ever since. The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track. Drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. The weekend begins here. Today, we see the culmination of the team's practice efforts translate to the all-important qualifying session. Time and time again, we see just how little separates the drivers as they complete their qualifying laps. Those who have pushed that little bit harder during qualifying can be rewarded with a grid place that sets them apart from their competitors going into the race. Hold on tight, because we're getting underway. are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. While this isn't the strongest grid position for Ferrari, qualifying isn't everything. I'm curious to see if they can go against the tide and make this race work for them. And the clouds today look very ominous, which means that teams may have to contend with rain at some point during the race.
And this is the moment where it all comes together. So prepare for another thrilling race, here at the Austrian Grand Prix. It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? There's the second Aston Martin. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. And we're just moments away now. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Sounds like someone's locked up. Here's the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. Oh, and there's the lockup. That's the last thing they'll have wanted. Is that a lockup? Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. It's a lockup, and that could be costly. There's been contact, and several cars involved. Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. Oh, there's a spin! Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull. Look at that! They've spun their car. They've gone wide! Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here. They go wide right off the racing line. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. We can take a look now. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. They take advantage and muscle their way through. Excellent work. Back in the garage, the team absolutely loved it. Sounds like we've had a spin. Now just focus on the Haas. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. So this was the Aston Martin. And they clear it. Big move for them and a race position gained. The driver's team there cheering them on. Oh, they've run wide. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. They've gone wide. They won't be happy about that. It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Box, 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 box.
We've just had a spin. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. They spun the car. What a disaster. The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there. Looks like there's been a lockup. Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse. I think someone's run wide. Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull. They're way off the racing line there. That isn't good. They've locked up and gone straight on. Here's the replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And there's the lockup. It almost got away from them entirely. lockup. We can take a look now. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. Goodness me, they're completely off the racing line. I think there's been a lockup. Let's take a closer look. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one. It's a lockup, and that could be costly. And that was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Box.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. And there they go, moving up a position in the pack. The team watching on and clearly loving that. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. Let's take a look at the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. Moving up a place there. Excellent work from them. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted. Sounds like a spin. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one. They lose it there. That's the spin. Look at that! They've run wide.
No saving required.
I think we've had a car run wide. We're just watching the Red Bull. They've taken that far too wide, and now they're paying the price. We can take a look now. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. Gaining a position there. Oh, they make it look so easy. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team. Was that a lockup on the track? Let's see what happened there. Now we see the Williams here. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
Come on.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
That's checkered flag.
So that is checkered flag.
It was a pretty good performance today from Aston Martin's driver. Aston Martin had a good enough weekend, but there's still some margin for improvement here.
I agree, they have some ironing out to do, but they certainly have what it takes to get there.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
As we reach mid-season, the battle will pick up again in the Côte d'Azur. Join us in the south of France at the circuit Paul Ricard.